The fuck is up? Hope you guys are having a dope ass day. So it's gonna be a reading for Divine Feminine, and they were like showing me a vision of like someone running. I was gonna say through like a field, right? I would say through a field, right? And they said no, a meadow, right? And I was like looking up what like a meadow means because they told me to. Place of rest and receive, but also I was gravitated because like the name Meadow means you have psychic powers that you can carry on for others with joy. You have a receptive nature and may bear burdens of others, right? Be able to bear burdens for others. It's like whoever you are, like high status, very high stat. I'm getting like super, like, I mean, I want to say high priestess, but I almost like it's just this energy of like very high honor, high power. Yeah, look at the silver siren, right? Like, I think that you change everybody's life, no matter if they like it or not. I think that, like, you could be the best thing and the worst thing that's ever happened to certain people, too, as well. Dukes of Shadows, I think that you're always intending to make a huge impact, whether you know it or not, right? And I think that I'm so focused on may bear burdens for others. It's just like to talk about things that you talk about, to dive deep into somebody's soul and pull out those things that they don't want to talk about, those harsh things like about childhood, about life in general, about how they're feeling. It's like you see all that with just one look, right? You see all that shit, right? And they don't want to speak it, but you'll look at death shall not take them, right? That's like the last thing, right? It's like you're able to pull out it's like the last thing that I would ever want to talk about. Last thing I'd ever want to bring up. Last thing I'd ever want to discuss. Right? Like this screams like I don't think you're not like a traditional therapist at all, whoever you are. You're somebody that just is very knowledgeable, very wise, very powerful, very always focused on change and transformation, right? You can come off kind of harsh, not gonna lie. You can come off very harsh or maybe unemotional, right? But it's like you just know whoever's around. It's like if they're around, right? The divine needs you to make an impact. Take some burdens away, bring up some shit too, because this person's like, we need them, bring them back to life, right? They're about half dead, right? And so whoever you're around, you know, is about half dead. Same colors, all gray, right? Everything is gray, silver siren. And people could be kind of like afraid of you or thinking that you're like doing like spell work on them or, you know, death spells and shit, right? And that's not the case, right? You're actually a fucking slayer, right? You're actually a fucking slayer, right? But you could be kind of a harsh energy. I'm getting a lot of tingles. But anyways, right? And so we have the otter card coming out. We also have the unicorn. Oops, sorry. Yeah, look at the unicorn. You know what I'm saying? People are like, oh, they're so magical and enchanting, right? And then bam, you hit them with the black egg and shit, right? And they're like, whoa, that hurt, that stung a little bit, right? And then bam, you hit them with the fucking golden egg and they're like, okay, wow, that's a powerful ass energy. That shit changed my motherfucking life. But it's like a sting before it feels really fucking valuable, right? It almost feels like, because this is like a really happy childlike energy. It's like you could probably pop a lot of bubbles. Not gonna lie, it's almost like people maybe think you're like the downer, like, but it's like you're just always truthful and honest, and you call it how you motherfucking see it, right? You're like straight up no chaser, right? And so you will throw the black egg when necessary, when someone needs to be called the fuck out, when someone needs to be put in their place, when someone needs a swift kick in the ass, right? And you can also sing a beautiful song that hits the heart and soul. Maybe you're a singer, maybe you like to sing, right? But like your words and the way that you speak and the way that you can uplift somebody. I mean, damn, it is like the unicorn, right? You don't know if you like it or not. You don't know what the fuck that shit is, right? Unicorns are depicted as very happy and loving, right? But to be honest, right? The unicorn has a straight motherfucking connect, so like proceed with caution, right? Proceed with caution because it does look beautiful, it does look enchanting and enticing, and all those things, right? But you hit hard, boom, bam, you hit motherfucking hard. So you know you're a very challenging energy in this moment, right? And spirit doesn't want anything to change, right? Like they're using you to make change, they're using you to make movement, they're using you to stir shit up, right? So we don't have complacent people like you used to be, so we don't have inauthentic people like you used to be, right? And so it's like that's why it's like you know, you see straightforward. This person's looking straightforward. Like, I fucking see you. I've been you. I've been in your motherfucking shoes, right? Let's get deep and raw and real, right? The shit people don't want to have come up, right? And then you're like, all right, cool, let's heal that shit, right? You're a very powerful individual, right? You're just really meant. Yeah. Oh my God. Seriously. Look at this shit. The Siren. I even grabbed another fucking deck. Siren, you're heavily connected with the Siren energy. Like 100. I am going to read the book because I feel like this will top the shit motherfucking off. What I thought was interesting is the Siren is right after the Lovers, right? And I see this as like right after like you like devote like your life to yourself and the divine and God, and just like putting out good out there, putting out change out there, right? Because it's all unconditional love, even when you need to like whip it good, right? When you need to whoop somebody, right? And so look at the femme fatale, awakened sensuality, absorption, right? And arousal. So the Siren calls and the world spins. What we thought we wanted pales in comparison to the sweet allure of her song. We find ourselves lost in a spell of desire and longing, perhaps even less. Whether the thing calling to us is ultimately good or bad is somewhat irrelevant. It's the journey that matters. And the work of the Siren is to take us on a deep psychic descent, following her song down, down, down to the place where lessons are learned and courage must be rallied to find our way back to dry land. Try as we might resisting the call, we may not even be able to. That might not be even an option. We bind our hands and mast to our ships. It's likely, though, falling for her call is the only way to become a... Sorry. Falling for her call is the only way we'll become to live more fully on the surface. Right? So it's like, it might hurt, it might sting, the shit that you guys have to do and say, and the messages, and so the way you have to just work with the divine, right? Because sometimes it's tough and hard, and sometimes it leaves a print on your own heart, right? Sometimes you just want like deep connections with certain people. Like, why does it always have to hit that hard, right? Because that's your hard hitter. Right? You can't go back down to being just this, right? Kind and nice and loyal and fun and the unicorn, right? Like there has to be this, right? There has to be, because that's where the most impact gets made. You know what I'm saying? Right? Take the burdens away from people, bring up the hard shit, right? Which is uncomfortable at first, but it gets people to open up, right? Then you take them down, 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 right? To bring up those memories from the past. It's like you could just, it's like they're showing me the ghost of past, present, and future, right? It's like you can just take people throughout their whole entire life. They're only showing me like hypnosis too. I mean, the Siren, right? Deep psychic descent. I mean, you know where to hit, you know where you know where the healing is needed the most, right? What, mind, body, and soul, right? Mind, body, soul, everything. Wow. So just keep doing what you're doing. Like, this is not easy. The Siren card came out twice. So yeah, your energy is so fucking challenging, right? I almost feel like you definitely find yourself alone more than ever. You definitely find yourself that lesson, that tower moment, that hard-hitting moment, right? But just so you know, there's magic behind all that. There's intent behind all that, right? To make whoever is in this energy with you the happiest they can be. The most triggered they can be to get into a level of the healing process and find that golden egg, find their reason to not half die, right? And get back up and to be a better person, right? And a lot of the times, like, you hit really hard one time, whether that's a real quick connection, one sentence, right? And it's hard hitting. It's just like, I think this is a lot of acquaintance, people you've ran into, like people just randomly in your energy, and it's just almost like it almost feels like you could even get a lot of negativity, like people really push against your energy, and it's almost like you're always kind of maybe like throwing it out there, right? But it's like it's just that's just your energy. It's very challenging, and people get pressed in your energy. You look them straight up, right? That's what I'm saying. There's so much energy about this person looking straight forward with their eyes deep into the motherfucking soul, where you can't tell me a lie. by, right? You can't tell me nothing I've never been through. You can't tell me any different, right? You're very challenging. And people don't like change, right? They like to stay who the fuck they are, even if they're half dying, right? And God needs people to want to be up and fucking fighting for their life, and you do that. So keep fucking doing that.